Are we
Tell
unmuted?
me.
Can you hear us?
I unmuted this!
Can you hear it? Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? Give me the thumbs up. Are we unmuted now?
I pressed the button.
Hey, guess what?
I clicked it.
It's two kings, bro. Don't worry about it. But Thomas Sneed, welcome to the show. Love you, man. Miss you. I gave you the most amazing promo before the show. It was the most amazing promo of all time. Bro, you gotta keep your attitude, man. You gotta stay in this with me, bro. We're gonna be alright, man.
No.
Episode 130, man. Episode 130. 130. It started off with a bang, bro.
No,
or a
it
whisper.
started off with nothing. Because this program is killing me.
Listen, you know what would help out the program? Your sponsor. You helping us out. You guys doing what you guys do on a regular basis to help us get better programming. So that way we are locked in for audio every single time. Now here's the reality of the situation. Here's the reality for all of you that are following us right now. Again, we are the fastest conservative talk radio show on Twitch, right? We're taking over, okay? Mm-hmm. They kicked off Dr. Disrespect and then left a huge void for the two kings to fill the spot, okay? And though we're not as cool as Dr. Disrespect, I think we have better taglines, though, than Dr. Disrespect. I'm not going to lie. Liberal logic has taken over the entire universe, okay? Two kings is the greatest hashtag that has ever happened on the planet.
It's true.
It's just insane. But follow us everywhere. Follow us. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us, showing up every single day. Hey, did you see it's Dusty? Dusty! That's another tagline that... Dr. Disrespect ain't got that. He doesn't have a Dusty. Does he have a Dusty?
No, he doesn't.
Heck no, he doesn't. But we're everywhere. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Parler, Instagram. We have 44,000 followers on the Strong One, which is crazy. That's insane. But hey, it's going to be a lot of fun, and we appreciate everybody for supporting us and doing what you do. Thanks for supporting us on Locals, which is not a dating website, correct?
No.
Still not a dating website.
Yep.
It is not tied to human trafficking like Hunter Biden, correct?
No, not at all.
Okay, gotcha. Just want to double check that before we keep going. But, what? Dusty needs a... Dusty! There's your Dusty! But yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun today. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I have to start the show off a little pissed off, man. I'm a little pissed off for greatness today.
Well, there's a lot to be pissed off about.
There's a lot to be pissed off, but first of all, my anger is about 2 feet away from me. To the bearded bro next to me. Thought we were supposed to be two kings, bro.
We are two kings.
Why are you calling me out online, bro? Making memes on me and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. You know
Putting me on blast?
You know it.
Airing my stuff online? Saying that I can't be in the studio?
Oh, I didn't say that you couldn't be. I said, will you be?
First of all, couple things. One, I'm walking on one freaking leg, okay? Remember Kurt Angle when he said, I won a gold medal with a freaking broken neck? A broken freaking neck?
There you go. I was going to correct you.
I'm working.
Yowie wowie.
Yowie wowie. Whoa.
JBN311 with the gifted sub. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. I love the yowie wowie, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, I've been working, still training, still getting after it, still doing this podcast on a broken freaking leg. Well, strained hamstring. Same thing. But we're ready to go. You're talking trash to me, bro. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me out? Is
I
my
thought
performance slipped that much?
After 3 weeks, I figured maybe it was a question. Will he be?
Oh.
Will the strong one
Wow.
be in the studio?
Wow.
Find out tonight at 9. And you guys
Wow.
are here to find out. And
Wow.
sure enough,
Listen, first of all, I got a new house. That's an excuse. I did a powerlifting meet. That's an excuse.
Yeah, those are all excuses.
I've been working my face off. Literally, this face doesn't exist. This is CGI that you put through the program to put my face there, okay? Working my face off.
I remember a time.
Okay.
I remember a time when the studio wasn't at my place. It was at your place.
Whoa,
And,
whoa. Are we going there right now?
And I
Are we going
remember
there?
at
We
that
going there?
time that I was there just about every week.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming
Thank
to
you, by
Plausible
the way, for
Foolishness.
allowing us to do that thing.
But episode 130, rest in peace, Miss, what's her name? What's this lady's name again?
RBG?
RBG?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Were people talking about this over the weekend?
Just a little bit. Just
You sure?
ever so slightly.
People were talking about Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
They were having complete meltdowns.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh, like
yeah.
the lady that was pissed that she died?
Mm-hmm.
Not because she's sad that she's not living anymore, but because she died before before the election?
Yeah, before the election, which they're convinced Trump is going to lose. So obviously they live in fairyland.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, there was the woman in the car screaming. There's people tweeting "F you" for not retiring during Obama's administration. It's not her fault. She may have wanted to, but they told her, "No, Hillary's gonna win. Let's give this one to Hillary's gonna win. It'll be okay. It'll be okay." And then she didn't. She didn't win.
Who could have saw that coming? Well,
more.
I saw that coming. It's okay. So
I hoped over Hillary, but I just couldn't give him a vote.
listen, I'm just a man of the people, okay? The people, okay? I'm with the people, okay? I'm driving by people.
I will give it back to you. The people.
I'm so glad that you have that. That makes my entire night, by the way. We give it back to you, the people. Now here's the crazy thing, man. I drive in my neighborhood now. I just moved to a new neighborhood, and it's a mixed bag. We live in Orlando. You know, nobody can say that Orlando is primarily a white city. Would you make that assessment that Orlando is primarily white?
No, it's a good mix.
It's a great mix. We got a good mix of Cubanos, Boricuas, blacks, whites, in-betweens, Africans like me.
Mm-hmm.
We got a good mix. And guess what, bro? In my neighborhood, I can count on no fingers how many Biden signs I've seen in my neighborhood.
Ooh.
None.
Ooh.
None.
Interesting.
None. Bring up two fists, no fingers. Like, literally, no one's got a Biden flag. But I can tell you, most of those neighbors are flying Trump 2020 flags everywhere. Now,
Really?
yeah, dude, yeah,
Nice.
It's hilarious. That's how I met one of my new neighbors. It was funny. His name's Nick. He actually is from my part of Ohio, which is hilarious. So we bonded immediately.
And he knows about the podcast?
He doesn't. I don't know if he's down with the podcast. I mean, I don't know. He's a little bit older cat, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's down. But if he was down, like most of you are down, make sure you share, subscribe. Plausible Foolishness at twitch.tv/plausible
Share.
Foolishness. Everywhere.
Do it. Share.
Do it.
Share it.
Do it.
Share it.
Do it now.
Share it. Come on, share it!
But wait, time out of the field. Aren't we on podcast now?
We are on podcast.
Aren't we on iHeartRadio now?
Yeah, we just got
We're
accepted
so
on
legit.
iHeartRadio.
We're on iHeartRadio. Are you kidding me, bro? That's how legit this freaking channel is.
iHeartRadio and Spotify.
What?
Spotify, where Joe Rogan went.
What?
What is with
Dude, listen, I kind of like it because I look like Edward from the Twilight series. You know when he like gets all naked and he's all glistening and stuff like that?
Yeah, when the sun directly
The sun hits
shines
him
on
and it's like, oh, I'm a vampire, but I'm a loving vampire. I would never kill you, Bella. Is that her name?
It's Bella, yeah.
Bella? Okay, gotcha. See, at least I know
It's
what I'm
actually
talking
kind of
about.
brilliant, though, because... Okay, so most of our body is made of carbon.
Sure.
Their skin shines like diamonds because it's hardened like a diamond,
Wow.
which is made of carbon. It's
Wow.
actually kind of clever.
My mind is blown, bro. Is that because of the years and years and years of life that they have in the Twilight world?
Well, it's because of the vampiric curse.
Vampiric. Gotcha. Listen, I don't know nothing about vampires, but I do know some politics. You
Yes.
feel me, bro?
Yes.
Bro, so we had meltdowns over the weekend.
Yeah, dandruff, JBN says.
Dandruff. Hey, what do you think? Were you saying I need some head and shoulders, bro?
Yeah.
Who said that, JPN?
Some sets in blue.
All right, JPN. Thanks for the subscribe, bro. Appreciate you. I will take your trash talk. It's okay. Now, here's the beautiful thing. We've got liberal tears flowing everywhere. Everywhere we got liberal tears flowing. Because, you know, hey, their champion. Oh, yes, that's the look. That is the look.
Oh, my God.
Dude, it's beautiful. No, just roll with it, man. Just let the people roll with it. Just kill the green. Just show them the green, bro. I'm down with the green today. I'm not even scared. I'm even scared to show them that, man. But anyways, lots of liberal tears, lots of people panicking, a lot of people freaking out because a couple things to Bobby the Bull's point here. some of their sacred cows may get destroyed very soon. Now, I'm not going to be the person that says it, but from a follower of Christ standpoint, because this is my bias, I follow Jesus Christ. He is the way, the truth, the light, that no one gets to the Father except through him. So Jesus, one would say he is the author of the Bible. Would one say that?
Very much so, yeah.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. Is that how John 1 goes? Okay, cool. So Jesus... Did I flip the word?
In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word
was God. Sorry, the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I apologize, I'm dyslexic, okay?
It's all good.
When I get going, I just go, bro.
I'm just a stickler.
Listen,
I'm
man.
a stickler. That's why they call me the mad scientist.
Hey, listen, bro, I'm not afraid of the coronavirus, okay? Because Toyotas suck anyways. You know what I mean? Did you see that meme?
No, I haven't.
It's a Ricky-ism from Trailer Park Boys. Not even scared of the coronavirus. I hate Toyotas anyways. Okay? An optical illusion. Optical illusion. It's not rocket appliance, guys. Now, here's the beautiful thing. I could do this all day, guys. I'm here till Thursday. Now, here's the deal. This is the stuff that matriculates in my head.
Yes.
This is what manifests in my brain.
Yes.
That's why you let me on this show. So now here's the beautiful thing, okay? All this is happening. As a follower of Christ, I'm not going to lie. I don't think the coronavirus is the most dangerous thing that's happening right now. I'm sorry.
No, definitely not.
Rona is not the most dangerous thing. The last time I checked, I follow a savior that actually touched lepers. Last time I checked, I think leprosy is a little bit more dangerous than the coronavirus, correct?
For sure.
It's no longer the coronavirus. It is the coronavirus from this point on. I will not call it by its name. I dare not speak its name because whatever. Okay? I'm not terrified about that. I'm not even going to fall for the trap of racial inequality because the reality of the situation is this. What, as a black man, can I not do in America in 2020? If you can figure that out for me, please comment that below. Let me know what's going on. Please tell me, a black man, a free black man in America, what I can and cannot do. Please tell me how I didn't have the chance to marry the woman of my dreams, have beautiful children, have a house now with a freaking pool. I have a pool, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's so racist in America, I could not afford a home with a pool.
No.
That I am in, like, every second.
I mean, I couldn't. But...
Your white privilege. Just use your white privilege card, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Why
use
didn't I
your
think
white
of that?
privilege.
I should have totally done that.
Just use your white privilege because that gets you everything, right?
Well, but I'm an anti-racist.
Oh, sorry,
I
anti-racist. So
yeah.
you're anathema. You're anathema, my friend.
I'm a better white person because I know for a fact that I'm a terrible person.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Listen. Racial inequality kept me from college. Racial inequality kept me from 6 All-Americans, a national championship, a Hall of Fame induction to a college. It stopped me from that. It stopped me from being a Division I athlete. It stopped me from coaching at 3 different D1 universities. It stopped me from traveling, 12-plus countries now, almost all over the United States of America. Racial inequality has kept me down, right? That's what they're trying to tell me, correct?
Oh, yeah. 100% that's what they're trying to do.
Racial inequality has stopped me from literally worshiping Jesus Christ, correct?
100%.
Bobby the Bull. Any chance your wives will guest star? Is there a possibility that your wife would be on the show?
No, there's no way.
Listen, there is. What's the expression the kids use nowadays? There is a snowball's chance in hell that my wife would ever show up on the show.
I don't think that's what the kids are saying.
Oh no, sorry. Right? Listen, I get it. The coronavirus, you could try to make that point. Unfortunately, the reality of the situation with science, the new CDC report, it is not as deadly as they said at all.
But we hit 200,000 deaths.
And
we hit 200,000.
6% of those reported deaths are actual coronavirus exclusive. But, it is what it is. They're trying to tell me that racial inequality is prevalent. The reality of the situation is this. Tree climber. If the Falcons win the Super Bowl, my wife will have to be on the show. That is not going to happen. Dude, they blew a 39 to 7. What is it? Was it 39 to 7 lead? Did you watch that at all?
No.
Okay, I barely listen. I only catch up with sports because I listen to Clay Travis and Outkick the Coverage, which is phenomenal. Make sure you check out that episode, check out that stuff. It's hilarious. But it was like 440-0, where a team had 39 points and no turnovers that blew a lead, and they literally blew a lead, which is absolutely hilarious to the
Crazy.
Cowboys, of course. But yes, if the Falcons win the Super Bowl, I will make sure that my wife's on the program. You can hold me to that right now, which is a lot of fun, which is never going to happen. Now, I don't think racial inequality is the situation.
I don't know where they're gonna fit. There's not enough room.
They can sit on my lap, man. My Charity can sit on my lap.
Okay.
We can have our wives in our laps. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't leave me hanging, bro. Don't leave me hanging, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Okay, now,
Giggity giggity.
coronavirus and racial inequality is the thing they're trying to smash in your face as the most important thing. It's not. Orange Man bad is not the most important thing. The stupidity in the NBA, NFL, and entertainment right now, not the most important thing. You know what the most pressing, depressing thing that is going on in this nation right now is today, as we speak, 2,000 babies went into eternity. Didn't even get a chance to get outside of their mother's wombs. Because we have relegated children, as usual, as an expendable commodity. Like we've done for years and years and years. Only now most of you are paying attention to human sex trafficking. Only now are we actually realizing that that's a bad thing, which is a good thing that people are waking up to it,
For
so
sure.
we can stop it. But here's an even more disgusting thing than human trafficking, is the fact that children's heads are getting crushed, mutilated, and smashed inside of the womb. And we are treating it as a joke. And for some reason, down the road at Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court at the time found in our Constitution the right to murder babies. Which, spoiler alert, it is not there.
Well, what I was doing. I was looking for a quote from RBG.
Yeah.
I couldn't seem to find it, but specifically, but basically, the gist of was she was reminiscing on her vote in favor of Roe versus Wade, and it was like, well, at the time I thought it was about, I thought the population was too large, so this was about population control, especially in populations that we don't want to see grow, something to that effect.
Yep.
So you mean eugenics?
Yep.
Oh, that makes it better.
Well, eugenics makes it better. I mean, Margaret Sanger was eugenics, Hitler was a eugenist. The royal family was eugenist too, but we don't want to talk about that. But long story short is, let's think about this. That, first of all, that is the most disgusting reality, period, that we would vote. We would somehow take our Constitution that is made for the people and by the people and use it to murder the weakest of us, okay? That is what's hilarious to me. So, of course, the liberals are losing their mind because their most sacred cow, their most sacred institution, their ability to sacrifice our children at the altar of Moloch is about to get threatened, because at the end of the day, if you have Supreme Court justices in place that actually read the Constitution the way it is written, not some living document that you can just breathe new, just change the meaning of words, but as it's written, abortion doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell in staying in our culture, because especially with science, which is hilarious because Democrats claim to be the party of science, but as science progresses, we realize more and more and more that is irrefutable that life starts at conception. And that, my friends, is the most disgusting travesty in America. It's not even Breonna Taylor. It's not freaking George Floyd. It's not the Ronavirus. It is the fact that right now, nameless children are being sucked through vacuums and heads getting crushed because we call it a women's rights issue. We do it because we want to be the eugenicists that the Nazis were. That RBG or whatever, what's her name? Or I don't even want to know her name is.
RBG.
RBG, sorry.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, okay? Your Messiah wanted to murder babies. It's crazy. But that is what you want, and that's what you're pissed off about. None of you gave a crap about her life or what she actually is or who she was. You care about the reality that the control of the liberals is losing ground really, really, really fast. So that's the reality of the situation. So to me, at the end of the day, it is a mixture. So, sorry, he's checking Snopes right now. And when Snopes is busted, that they realize that what was said was horrible and terrible, they always put mixture. They don't say true or... Is there such a thing as a mixture of truth? Truth is or it isn't it?
Okay, so this is it.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is the quote. Frankly, I had thought at the time Roe was decided, there was concern about population growth, and particularly growth in populations that we don't want to have too many of.
So Margaret Sanger round two?
Yeah.
Because Margaret Sanger started...
Now here's...
Planned Parenthood.
What's true? What's true about that? Ginsburg did once said she believed that others' concerns about overpopulation might have influenced the High Court's decision in Roe v. Wade.
Period.
What's false? Ginsburg did not say she personally supported Roe v. Wade because it could help limit the population growth of undesirable communities.
That's literally what she said, though. That's literally what you just read verbatim, is it not?
Let's see, this is excerpted from a decade-old interview. The statement was taken from a July 2009 interview published in the New York Times Magazine. Yeah, she said exactly that.
She said exactly that.
So where?
Well, the mixture.
Where do we take that?
Well, the reason why Snopes calls it a mixture is because
she wasn't saying that was her position.
Oh my gosh! No, what they're trying to do is try to whitewash history as usual, like they always do, like Democrats always like to do.
Really, they're trying to blue wash it.
Well, yeah, blue wash it. Sorry, blue wash history, because we got to get rid of the fact that the Democratic Party is the party of KKK, Jim Crow, and oppression in America. Okay, we got to get rid of the fact that Democrats voted against civil rights. We got to vote against the fact that the Democrats came from the Confederacy. So we got to blue wash history to try to make it look like Republicans were the bad guys. But reality of the situation is that ain't the case, man. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, Flexitron. If you, for some reason we find biology or a single cell organism on Mars, we would consider that life. But a baby in the womb is not. Liberal logic! That's literally the definition of liberal logic. But that is the pressing moment of our time, and that's the battle, because there is... We talk about it, like, on one of our episodes, the pendulum swing of culture, right? The pendulum swing has been so left and so anti-God, anti-human, thriving. It's been pretty much anti-us. And I think that the best part about Trump being in the White House is not that he's the arbiter or the author of this resurgence, but I think God has used him as a bull in the china shop of these ivory towers to wake people up and shift it back to, wait a minute, why are we killing babies when scientifically we know they're human beings? Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, why are we doing things that are antithetical to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
Because he's saying, and all he had to do was say the things that nobody said. Everybody's just talked around it for decades. Decades. We're just going to talk around it. Because I don't want to stick my head in that hornet's nest.
And Trump's put his head out there.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, how many quote-unquote Republicans...
Trump stirs up the hornet's nest on purpose.
Yep.
And then does whatever... does whatever he can, whatever he's able to do.
And think about it, how many Republicans have just not touched that issue? It's like, well, we can't really do anything about it, and we can't overturn things in the Constitution because, well... yeah, you can. You can overturn things in the Constitution. And the reality situation is this was never in the Constitution. Killing babies was never in the Constitution. Our founding fathers would be disgusted at the end of the day if that happened, but the reality situation is RBG, thank you so much for putting that into legislation so we can murder babies legally. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, that to me is the most pressing issue as a follower of Christ. It's not critical race theory. It's not Breonna Taylor. It is not George Soros. Well, can't say George Soros, sorry. Can't say anything about George Soros. Did you see that on Fox News? Dear God, that was hilarious. George Floyd. Sorry, Twitch. So sorry, we uttered the words George Soros. We can't do that, even though there's verifiable proof.
I mean, it's like, why would you... Yeah, I mean, that just plays right into the story. surrounding George Soros.
Yes.
Like,
If you're trying to downplay George Soros,
you let them speak and you just chalk it up to nonsense. Not, oh, we can't talk about him. We can't talk about him.
and it was
Because-
Fox contributors.
Because clearly he's one of the elites that, runs the world. So
Yeah, it's all QAnon. It's all conspiracy theory. There are no elites out there, but don't talk about them. I saw a meme the other day. It was beautiful. It's like, you want to know who's really running the world? It's the people that you can't criticize.
yeah,
The people you can't criticize are the ones running the world, and which is hilarious because that kind of runs us into the next topic of the day, which is so Louisville made its decision for the Breonna Taylor case. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did see that. And they're rioting.
Yeah, they're rioting.
They're rioting as we speak, I'm sure.
Did you happen to see the video of the U-Haul truck showing up with already made shields, defund the police, already made defund the police signs, already like weapons to help utilize the battle for causing riots and all that fun stuff like that?
I didn't see that video.
Okay, gotcha. Check it out on my Instagram. It is up on my Instagram. I'll put it on Plausible later on. There's a video of a U-Haul truck just showing up right next to the courthouse. And it just magically opened up and had all of this defund the police.
I've never heard anything like that.
What? It's like the
No.
bricks. Remember they had the pallets of bricks just
Exactly.
ready to go.
Exactly. Oh, hey, look! There's a pallet of bricks here. Why
That's
don't
so
we?
crazy.
Maybe we should just throw it in the windows or something. I mean,
It's weird.
It's just a crazy thought. I
like
didn't set it up. I didn't set it. It
There's
wasn't me.
painted defund the police shields and sticks, already pre-made for these people. These people did not bring it there.
Yeah.
Someone drove it there. Now here's what's
We're
crazy.
mad about this thing. Hey, here's a sign.
Here's a
Hey, would you
sign.
like a bat?
Yeah.
I've got a bat. Look, there's a white person. Why don't you go kill him? That'll be fun.
Hit the X-Files. This is conspiracy theory. Hit the X-Files. Have you noticed that common sense is now conspiracy theory?
Oh yeah.
Have you noticed that? Oh, it's like, oh, U-Haul truck just shows up out of nowhere. Now here's what's funny.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory, don't talk about
Okay.
George Soros.
There's lots of U-Hauls. People who drive U-Hauls also agree with defunding the police.
Now, here's what's crazy. The U-Haul truck, a Patriot figured out who rented that U-Haul truck.
Ooh. Oh my.
It's a person that directly works for George Soros.
What?
No way!
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
How dare you?
Dear God. Where does she come from? Where does she even come from, bro?
I don't know. She must tunnel through
Bro.
subspace or something like that. I don't know.
Jeez, how dare you? It's so weird. A person directly working for George Soros rented a U-Haul truck that parked right outside the Louisville courthouse that had defund the police shields, signs, and bats. That is so strange. That's got to be a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
No. Drop the theory. It's called a conspiracy. That means someone conspired for that to happen. And if you don't believe that, no offense, you're a complete moron. I'm sorry at this point. Especially after, 2 days ago, Fox News freaks out that Newt Gingrich brings up... Newt Gingrich, I can't say his name, so sorry about that. Brings up the fact that George Soros funds all these DAs, funds all these people that are in power in these smaller municipalities. Big money donor.
Putting district attorneys all over the place.
Weird. But you can't talk about it even though there's a paper
To
trail.
stabilize everything.
It's weird. And he puts in all those DAs that let rioters go, that let people that murder, kill, maim, let them go. We can't talk about that, Fox News? Now, here's the reality of the situation. This is why Plausible Foolishness exists. We are not shills to the Fox News Republican narrative. You know, at the end of the day, amen. Whoa, Bobby the Bull. Whoa, don't you say the Rothschilds, Bobby the Bull. You might get people thinking. Don't do that, Bobby. Don't do that, Bobby the Bull. Don't look up the Rothschilds. I always laugh when they always come out and they're like, who do they say the richest man in the world is right now? Jeff Bezos. Mm-hmm. They're like, Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. I'm like, do you know who the Rothschilds are? Do you understand the royal family, how much money they have? Like, but anyways, I digress. You know, we got to keep it America focused when we do those things. So it is what it is. Now, here's the reality situation. At some point, you got to realize that if you are in a news organization that's part of the Big Six, look that up, okay? If you're in the Big Six of the conglomerates, if you're in the Big Six of news corporations, the reality of the situation is you're not really that much different. You're just one side of the other coin. Mm-hmm. So when people, verifiably, people like George Soros come into the conversation and literally a Republican co-host is like, no, we don't need to bring him. We don't need to bring him into the conversation. And you got people like Bill O'Reilly who used to work at Fox, and he's like, yeah, you couldn't say his name. Mm. And you got people like your boy, what was his name?
Beck.
Glenn Beck said the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why he left. That's why he left Fox to start the Blaze.
Now, I'm going to break a lot of your hearts. I'm going to break a lot of your hearts now. Here it is. You ready for me to break some hearts?
Sure.
Your boy Ben Shapiro, for years, said that George Soros was a conspiracy theory. He said, oh, that's just a half-cocked conspiracy theory from Alex Jones that just sells vitamins. And magically, when all the paper trails started coming out and showing George Soros is behind most of this stuff, then he was like, well, of course. I mean, George Soros, he's always been there. Ben, I don't forget. And people who watch you do not forget this. Because here's the problem. This is why I've never been a big Shapiro guy. Because people that do that slimy bullcrap, sorry, you got no integrity in my book. Now, I'm not saying that Ben Shapiro is a horrible person. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say a couple things. One, he doesn't know who Jesus is, so he is lost. As smart as that guy is, until you bend the knee to Jesus Christ, you're lost. Mm-hmm. But if you go on and say that Alex Jones is a psychopath for saying that George Soros is not real, and then turn around once the evidence comes out, well, we've known that for years.
That's the
You're
problem.
full of crap.
Well, that's the problem, because he didn't own up to being wrong. All he had to do was just say, like Glenn Beck did on multiple occasions for many different reasons. I was wrong. I thought it was conspiracy theory, but clearly it's not.
Listen,
so, you know.
And that is why begrudgingly, I've allowed Glenn Beck back in my home. I've allowed him back on my ears. I've allowed him back in my podcast rotation. I like the Blaze. Don't get me wrong. There's some funny stuff over there. Mr. Levin is awesome. Mm-hmm. Steven Crowder, I can stomach a little bit of him from time to time. But I've allowed, unfortunately, I've allowed Stu back in my life for sure. Stu's good.
Stu's hilarious.
Stu's funny. But I've allowed Glenn back because at least he owns the fact that, hey, I was muzzled at Fox and CNN. I was muzzled at these places, and I wasn't right on a lot of these things. Okay? But, hey, guess what? At the end of the day, if you still don't see this, guess what? All of these rioters are being funded, being helped out. In Portland, they have videos of them, like, housing did you see that? They're housing the rioters at a hotel. They had a place to house and bus the rioters in and out of Portland for the whatever 100-day siege it was in Portland. Okay?
It's so twisted.
They've got U-Haul trucks in the name of Soros showing up. They've got bricks showing up out of nowhere. Like, give me a break. At some point, you've got to realize this is not America rebelling. This is not America fundamentally saying that this is crazy. This is a small, tiny, very vocal, loud, useful idiots getting funded by this uber elite. That's what it is. And guess what? There will be even more liberal tears on November 3rd. Was it November 3rd? Is that when we vote?
Oh, yeah.
November 3rd. When unanimously this country says, piss off, Harris Biden ticket. We're not about that life.
Interesting note. I've got an exclusive audio clip.
Whoa.
Of a.
Is this breaking news?
Yes, this is breaking news.
Have I even heard this one yet?
No, you haven't.
What?
This is a Harris staffer talking about her first 100 days in office.
Oh dear Lord.
Nope. Not that. Sorry. This one. Okay, why are you doing that?
It's okay, bro.
Why is it doing that?
Just tell me, man.
Let me see if I can.
We'll find it. We'll find it right now. We're gonna find it.
You shout like that,
Go ahead.
you shout like that, they put you in jail right away. No trial, no nothing. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists. You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses. You right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail. Undercook, overcook. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up, believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world because of jail.
I mean,
It's
obviously
terrible.
that's fictitious.
It's shocking.
Obviously that's fictitious.
No, that was straight up 100%. That's a Harris staffer.
Hey, listen. That's a Babylon Bee exclusive, okay? And we get it. But really, is it that crazy? I mean, she incarcerated how many people? She's incarcerated in chief.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But here's what's amazing to me is this. It was so funny. So my pastor gets up in front of the church on Sunday, and he does the typical in the middle of the road pastor thing, which is, remember, we're not Republicans, we're not Democrats. Like, you're not a better person because you're voting for Trump, and you're not a better person for voting for Biden. And then he had to correct himself because he literally let the cat out of the bag. Like, he was like, oh, Harris Biden, because no one sees this as actual Biden presidency. Let's get real. He's kind of the punching bag that gets destroyed, whatever. Nobody sees it, right? He knows he doesn't have a chance. Now, flip side. And again, I'm not indicting anybody, whatever. What I'm trying to say is this. At this point, it's so obvious it's ridiculous. If you don't see the truth at this point, if you don't see what's happening around you, that this civil unrest is really not, it's not the citizens doing this. It's a very small group of people. And what's funny is nobody's giving Trump credit for squashing a lot of this. He did a lot of great things. I don't know if we talked about this in the last show, but he deputized the sheriffs in Portland, which is, putting people away for the civil unrest and so on and so forth, like $1 million bonds. Magically, that gets squashed really quickly.
That wasn't. I don't think that was in Portland.
Was it Portland? I forget where it was, but a lot of these places are getting smashed as far as the rioters are getting actually jailed and not just caught and release, which is typical of Democrats. Catch and release. That sounds very familiar. Isn't that what Democrats do? They catch and release.
Yep.
Kind of like illegal immigrants. They just catch and release them into the middle of the country. But anyways, I digress. Blue no matter who. Blue no matter who. It's like there's like a theme. I gotta make a video about that. It's like catch and release is just a common thing with those guys. It's so crazy how that works.
I want to point out, probably the Bull says, listen to Levin's show now and then, because you were talking about Mike Levin. Yet, the two kings take priority.
100%. Why in
we're
the
talking
world?
about.
Why would you talk to the great one, Mark Levin, when you have two kings here?
Two kings.
He's just a sublord. He's just a sub-boss. He's a sub-boss, bro. He's not even the real deal.
Nope.
We are the we're the kings, man. We're the ones you got to come through.
And Bobby the Bull recognizes that. That's why he's a citizen of the Rube Empire.
100%, man. 100%. But yeah, at this point, it's like you got to see through this crap. You got to see through. Listen, at the end of the day, the favorability of Black Lives Matter has gone away because guess what? As much as they want to paint it like it's Antifa and it's these whatever, the problem is if you look at the sea of the people protesting in Black Lives Matter, most of them are white liberals. You can't tell me that this is an organic movement when it's a bunch of white liberals. You can't tell me that this is completely funded by the people when U-Haul trucks are coming in. You can't tell me that this is hundreds of people coming together to riot forever when it's just catch and release politics with DEAs from Democratic-controlled cities. And reality is the Democratic mayors and governors that are allowing this to happen only do things when it threatens their actual personal safety. Think about it in Seattle with CHOP. Nothing was done in Seattle until the rioters started coming to our home. Nothing was done in Missouri until, guess what, the mayor of St. Louis was getting threatened. Nothing really happened, in Portland until there was actual threats towards that mayor as well. So you got to understand, like, there is a reality to this situation, and you have to pay attention to it. And this is why, guess what, favorability for Trump is skyrocketing. Because no one looks at the unrest in America right now and says, "Oh, this is clearly because of Donald Trump."
And some people are sitting there like worried that that he's gonna get blamed for the current state of things.
He's not.
But it's like, no, but they see, the problem is that they could have, but they played their hand too quickly, too strongly, like they've been doing for the past how long?
Yep.
I mean, all of Obama's presidency.
Yep.
So at least 12 years now.
Yep.
They just don't get it.
And
we can see right through you
100%.
now.
100%. And
This is only happening in democratic cities.
And only during election years. Because here's the thing, is like think about the last 3 years. It's been peace and prosperity. Like literally, Trump could have said it was peace and prosperity. I saw this amazing meme, and I posted it on Plausible Foolishness. But it's the war record of all the presidents since Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
Reagan's got a bunch of wars he started. Bush has a bunch of wars he started. The other Bush had a bunch of wars he started. Obama has a bunch of wars he started. Clinton has wars he started. How many wars has Donald Trump started?
There was that
Let me slow that one down, because this one goes over people's heads. How many wars has Donald Trump started?
Carry the one.
Actual Frank on Twitch, on TikTok, got it right. It's a 0.
Yeah.
He had a record-setting economy, didn't start any wars. We were told we were going to start wars. But there was peace and prosperity. But when did all of this start imploding? When did it all start imploding? Literally the day after Joe Biden said, "You ain't black." Y'all remember that? The moment that Joe Biden said, "You ain't black," half of the George Soros film comes out. Only half. The bad part, it looked bad. Knee on the neck looks bad for 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But you're missing 30 minutes surrounding that. When he's not compliant, when he's high on fentanyl, when he's
not just
being
high, but like high out of his glory,
high out of his mind, not listening to the police taking care of 3 other people in that car that did not die, that did not get a knee on the back of the neck.
All white people.
All white people. Yeah. What? Shh. Don't tell them that. This is supposed to be a racist thing. And the narrative was, there's racist cops everywhere, and they're trying to kill George Soros. But then when you watch the whole film, months later...
Just to clarify, the people in the car weren't white. They were black, right?
Yes, they were black.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. You said it right? Sorry. They were black people.
Yes.
And magically, those black men survived, and nothing bad happened to them, because they were cordial with the officers.
They were literally telling George, stop doing what you're doing.
Listen.
Just listen to him and to what he's telling you to do.
Which is funny, because the words George Floyd rarely come out of the media's mouth anymore. Rarely are talked about anymore.
I wonder why it took a month for us to get the body cam footage.
Well, because people needed unrest.
Yeah, because we needed to start the engine of Riotville.
Yep, we needed it. We needed to get the American people.
And it's the same reason why you get every new shooting from this point on. You get 30 seconds or less of a video. What's
the most damning bit of this video we can show? We don't want to show the fact, we don't want to show Jacob Blake going for a knife. We don't want to show him fighting police officers. We don't want to show the fact that he had a warrant out for his arrest. We only want to show the 30-second clip. Now, the funny thing is that got destroyed really quickly because no one's talking about Jacob Blake anymore.
Nope.
Interesting. Now, the only thing they're holding on to is the Breonna Taylor thing, but that lost a lot of juice, too, when the police report came out. And guess what? She wasn't sleeping in her bed, and guess what? The reality of the situation is her noble boyfriend walked to the door with her and used her as a shield.
Used her as a body shield.
Used her as a body shield and shot
at the police. Like she was doing scumbag things with scumbag people. And her scumbag boyfriend used her as a body shield.
Yep.
But the police are the evil ones.
Well, not anymore in Minnesota, because remember they defunded the police in Minnesota after the George Floyd thing. And police are evil, right? They defunded the police.
No, well, police are the number one cause of murder.
I mean, the police have too much power, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, and that
But
that is an argument we could have.
sure.
You know?
However, the crime spiked in Minnesota. That is so, or Minneapolis. It's so crazy.
But there's no police there to commit the crimes.
Yeah, there's
or to frame people, or
Yeah.
to frame people for having committed the crimes.
strange, but it's like the people of Minnesota are rattled now because there's no cops to stop people from breaking the law. So strange how that works. But anyways, go ahead.
So it's not. So it's actual like citizens doing that.
Yeah, it's citizens breaking the law. It's kind of weird how that
okay.
works. And citizens,
That doesn't. I
Huh.
don't.
you have to kind of give certain citizens certain power to be
I'm
able to
trying to
defend that.
exercise my liberal logic to
Yeah.
make that comply with dreams of utopia, and it's not.
Yeah, it just doesn't work, unfortunately. Like most things liberals concoct.
I know why. I
What?
know why now. You're racist. You're racist.
You're racist.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, like that's just the reality of the situation, right? So, here's the thing: is Nigman. So weird. It's like they're shocked that there's more violence and more crime with no cops on the beat. So weird. But remember, police are the bad guy. But the flip side is, let's think about it. Liberals need a bad guy, because at the end of the day, liberals will always fight this very essential idea. We are the problem. Let me repeat that slowly. We are the problem. And when I mean we, I mean all of us. Because what does Romans say? All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. All of us. Guess what? There has to be a challenge to that sin and that power, okay? That there needs to be a powerful force to challenge that, because left to our own devices, we will kill our neighbor to get their wife, okay, David? We will do that. Left to our own devices, just read what Lot did. Disgusting, okay? Left to our own devices, what did Abraham lies and says his wife's his sister just so he doesn't get killed, okay? You will do dumb things. It's all over the Bible. You will follow a man for 3 years, and in its moment of need, you will deny him 3 times. Okay? Just is what it is. You will do stupid things because you are a human being. You are in the flesh. You are in desperate need for a savior. We talk about it all the time on this program. The number one thing that fixes America is, guess what? It's a microcosm, right? You want to fix society, you got to fix government. Well, how do you fix government? You got to fix families. And guess what? If you want to fix families, you know what keeps families together? You know what that glue is that keeps families together? Jesus Christ. Let me repeat him. If you haven't met the guy before, make sure you read up on who that guy was.
You can't.
Period.
New laws aren't going to make criminals stop doing criminal activities.
Nope.
And increasing the size and the might of your police force will only create more, more people in prison. So a larger burden on the taxpayer. You're gonna have. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have them.
Gotta have
mind
them,
you.
man. Yeah.
We gotta have them.
Gotta have
and I'm
them.
just saying, like, one of the things that I stand against is the militarization of our police. But that's been a response to the militarization of, street gangs and so on and so forth. That they increase but the cops increase their firepower, and then the gangs increase their firepower, and so on and so forth. And it's a never-ending cycle. It's vicious. So that isn't the answer either. It's why the war on drugs has done absolutely nothing, and addiction
we
is
lost.
yeah,
We
and
lost.
addiction is.
We
you know.
lost. But
So what is the answer? You have you if laws and police aren't going to change society, what is going to change society? Well, you have to change the heart of man, and there's only one power on in heaven and on earth that can do that, and that is Jesus Christ.
amen. Sorry. Great podcast, guys. We appreciate you guys so much. But I mean, let's get real. That's the deal. But when you get rid of God, you have left power to man. Man is corrupt and evil. Corrupt and evil. Now, men are corrupt and evil. Have you not seen anything on Hunter Biden in the last couple of days? Have you not seen the most recent drop by the DOJ. Some pretty scathing things happening with good old Hunter. Now, keep in mind, people are like, well, Hunter Biden has nothing to do with his dad. Ugh. Unfortunately, the China deal and the Ukrainian deal, it's weird. Hunter went there with somebody named, is it Mo? Or is it Joe Biden? Have you heard of that guy before? When Joe was a vice president, he had, he was the second in command in the most powerful nation. So when, Joe went over to China, Hunter was there. When Joe went over to Ukraine, Hunter was there. And magically, Hunter becomes a multimillionaire really, really, really quickly.
Yeah, gets a sweet gig with a
Burisma.
Yeah, with a
Company called Burisma.
Yeah, they're an energy company.
Yeah, he has a huge background in energy, by the way. Oh, wait.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
No, he has no.
And then when they went to China, when Joe went to China on official state business,
Yeah.
and Hunter went with him.
Strange.
Suddenly, weeks later, mind you, only a couple, Hunter's firm lands some huge Chinese contract.
That is strange.
Completely unrelated.
Completely unrelated. So, yeah, go ahead.
Well, Joe Biden in Ukraine, withholds assistance money, aid money, from the Ukraine until they sack an inspector
Wait.
who happens to be looking into Burisma and specifically Hunter Biden.
Stop.
But that's completely unrelated.
Stop. That would be quid pro quo, and that's supposed to be bad, remember?
Yeah.
The Democrats
Yeah.
told us that quid
That's
pro quo
super
is
bad.
bad.
It's super bad when Republicans do that.
Are you telling me that the Democrats
No,
actually did quid pro quo?
It's super bad when Republicans do it.
Oh, only when Republicans do it.
Only,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Only.
Got
it.
Yeah.
America. So, Hunter,
Neurologic.
logic, but yeah, you almost got it. Do it. Pull it off.
Neurologic.
That was good. Sounds good. I like it, man. You can only find that here. You can't find that on Levin. You can't find that on Crowder. You hear me, Dusty? And where's Deep State at? I haven't seen him the whole freaking show. Where's he at? What's he doing right now?
I don't know.
I mean, we're supposed to look like controlled opposition. He's supposed to show up. But anyways.
Dodge that bullet.
Is this the first Deep Stateless episode?
No, there's been a couple.
We're episode 130. I have not seen him on episode 130. It makes me sad.
Yeah,
Is Deep State okay?
I hope so.
Did he get to catch the Corolla? Is he okay?
I hope so. It would be a shame if there was no deep state.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, Hunter's in a little bit of trouble because Hunter got a $3 million check from the wife of the mayor of Russia.
Moscow.
Moscow, sorry. There's the mayor of Russia. The whole country.
So from
Have you seen how
from
much
Putin?
landmass Russia has?
it's massive.
It is insane.
That's why you
look at
don't
that?
engage in a land war in Asia. It's one of the two classic blunders.
And what's the second?
Never go against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
Yeah, but he dies. I mean, the
He
Dread
shouldn't
Pirate
have-
Roberts
he
gets
sh-
him.
He shouldn't have gone against the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Dread Pirate Roberts got him, though.
I think the Dread Pirate Roberts could successfully win a land war in Asia.
I think you can figure it out. I think you can figure that one out, man. You know what I mean? Now, that being said, the mayor of Moscow, biggest city in Russia, his wife paid Hunter Biden $3 million. $3 million. What is Deep State is preoccupied with getting the courts packed after his aging grandma perished from the sky. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's true.
Could that be possible?
That's
You think the
probably
Deep
why.
State's grandma was Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Oh, easily.
RBG? What? That'd be insane. But
Population control? That's straight up
gangsta
NWO
stuff.
right there.
Yeah, it's NWO gangsta stuff right there.
For life.
For life. $3 million from the wife of the mayor of Moscow. For oil, maybe? Oil or some consulting fees? Or services rendered? No, prostitution. Prostitution. That is your winner.
Let's take a look at this article.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on. Why is my clicking not activating?
There it is.
Okay, so
Oof.
Senate report links Hunter Biden to prostitution or human trafficking ring.
Is there a difference? Oh, okay, sorry.
Well,
Could be.
some would argue yes,
Well-
and that would be liberal logic.
Liberal logic.
Others would argue no. And
But
they'd
Julie
be
Roberts was such a
100%
great hooker.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't sad, her
Was it-
life before she found this guy who...
Yeah.
No, nothing sad about that at all.
I love how they romanticize things in Hollywood.
Well, like, it's
Pretty woman.
it's a beautiful idea that even someone in that position could find love.
Sure.
But there's nothing glamorous about someone in that position.
Don't the kids say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife?
They might have said that at some point.
Sorry, I can't do it. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right.
Rated R. Sorry, keep going.
So, Hunter Biden allegedly sent thousands of dollars to people who appear to be involved in the sex industry, according to Wednesday's report released by Senate Republicans. Well, this is just partisan, blah, blah, blah. The report claims unspecified records. Okay, so that's something to be
Sure.
concerned about.
Sure.
Show that Biden has sent funds to non-resident alien women in the United States who are citizens of Russia and Ukraine, and who have subsequently wired funds they have received from Hunter Biden to individuals located in Russia and Ukraine.
Wouldn't that be pimps?
Possibly.
Oh.
The records also note that some of these transactions are linked to what appears to be an Eastern European prostitution or human trafficking ring.
Does the word make it better?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The allegations are contained in a footnote to a section of the report that details potential criminal concerns and extortion threats involving Hunter Biden and other members of the Biden family. The report...
Why didn't they say Joe?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they just say Joe?
Because this is the New York Post.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The report also cites extensive public reporting concerning Hunter Biden's alleged involvement with prostitution services. Records on file with the committees do not directly confirm or refute these individual reports, the report says. However, they do confirm that Hunter Biden sent thousands of dollars to individuals who have either 1. Been involved in transactions consistent with possible human trafficking, or 2. In association with the adult entertainment industry, or 3. Potential association with prostitution.
Well, 2 makes it better because it's adult entertainment, so...
Yeah, no.
It makes...
Now, there's trafficking there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Last year, the Post exclusively revealed that a woman who was suing Biden for paternity in Arkansas was a former stripper
No.
at a Washington, D.C. club that he frequented around the time he was dating the widow of his late brother, former Delaware Attorney General Beau Biden. Let me repeat that. Last year, the Post exclusively revealed that a woman who was suing Biden for paternity in Arkansas was a former stripper at a Washington, D.C. club that he frequented around the time he was dating the widow of his late brother, former Delaware Attorney General Beau Biden. Yet another, probably yet another Soros-appointed Attorney General.
Wait, time out of the field. What?
Oh no,
Did
it was
you-
district attorneys.
Did you just read a Jerry Springer episode?
I believe I did.
That was a Jerry Springer episode.
Yeah. In January, Arkansas Circuit Judge Holly Meyer ruled Biden was the biological and legal father of the baby born to London Alexis Roberts in August 2018. I apologize for this.
What?
The picture on the right.
Oh, it's okay.
DNA test results showed with near scientific certainty that Biden sired the kid, Meyer noted. Roberts filed her suit in May 2019, the same month that Biden married his second wife, Melissa Cohen Biden, just 6 days after they started dating. Just 6 days after they started dating. Wow. Melissa gave birth to their
Wait,
son
time
in
out.
March.
Time out. Is this the widow of her brother?
No. I don't think so.
Okay, so it's another chick. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because he was dating her back when
Gotcha.
when he made the baby,
Gotcha.
but with the stripper.
Okay, gotcha.
It's important.
Sounds
No,
like...
this is the same month. She filed her suit in May of last year, the same month that Biden married his second wife, just 6 days after they started dating. Melissa gave birth to their son in March. Page 6 was the first to reveal. Biden has also has 3 daughters who are in their late teens and 20s from his first marriage. Neither Hunter Biden's lawyer nor his dad's campaign responded to requests for comment, although campaign spokesman earlier accused Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee Chairman Ron Johnson, whose staffers helped prepare the report, of diverting attention from President Trump's catastrophically botched handling of the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's their
They
go-to.
are trying to put that on him so hard, and it's just not sticking.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you talking about?
Well,
What was he supposed to have done?
well, there's too many problems. One, it originated in China, and we're finding out that it was literally manufactured in China.
Mm-hmm.
So getting past that, where are most of the deaths happening, quote unquote? If you believe the CDC report, and if you believe that 200,000 deaths are directly attributed to COVID-19, even though they're not even though like 6% of them are actually COVID, by the own CDC reporting, where are the majority of the deaths happening again? Deep red cities, deep red states?
No, it's surprisingly not.
Huh.
Surprisingly not.
It's happening in the same places that there's rioting, burning, looting, and death and destruction. AKA,
Also the same places where they put COVID patients amongst the most
vulnerable?
vulnerable. Yes, that's the word.
New York. Yeah.
Yeah, New York, Michigan.
California, Michigan. That's weird.
Where they put them in nursing homes.
So it's like they had a vested interest in death because they needed something to stop Trump.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Hit the X-Files music for the liberals out there. This is just to make them feel better. That was just to make them feel better.
Yeah, just to make them feel better.
Even
I
though
should have let it go. You
it's-
had that look in your eye.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just interesting. The same cities and states controlled by Democrats that are burning to the ground as we speak over quote-unquote racial injustice funded by George Soros are also the same states where the levels of death are the highest. Some would say over-reported and, skewed, since it takes 2.6 comorbidities to kill somebody with the Corolla, and the fact that the median age is 80, and the fact that only 6% of the reported deaths are actually exclusively Corona. And all the red states are, have the, quote, same infection rate, even though that's kind of been blown out of the water because it's been exposed that they're just adding infection rates that aren't really happening. But what's weird is Florida has more infections than the state of New York and has a tenth of the death rate. Interesting. But, hey, at the end of the day, I would look into that. Who's the governor there? Cuomo, I believe his name is?
Yeah.
Cuomo? The guy who said America was never great, and then at the DNC said it was great, but that's just more hypocrisy
So it
from
was
the
the greatest
liberals.
country ever.
Yeah, now it's the greatest country of all time. Liberal logic, but I mean, it's just whatever's expedient at the time. Democrats, how are you going to pin that on Trump? He's the one that closed the borders down, even though I completely disagreed with that. By the way, I'm just going to throw that out there. He's the one that wanted to reopen up quicker. Whoa, who we got?
Oh, that's Digman951.
Yeah, baby. Thanks for that follow, bro. We love you, man. Welcome to the show. But, what's interesting is it's really going to be hard to stick that on Trump when Trump, some would argue, did way more than he should have. We never ran out of ventilators. All the hysteria around it. We were supposed to have 2.2 million deaths in America. That was reported. That's what was supposed to happen.
That was a study, a model out of London.
Yeah, supposed to have 2.2 million deaths. Magically, we never had that. We're at a tenth of that. And on top of it, those are highly inflated numbers because most of the causes of death are dying with Rona versus from it. So if you actually take the real numbers of people actually dying from COVID-19, it's about 12,000. And compare that to the 2.2 million, dare I say Trump actually saved lives compared to those models. So he either saved lives or this thing wasn't as deadly as they said it was. Which is it?
Well, and at the time,
Which is it?
When at the time that he's closing the border, Congress is impeaching him.
Yeah,
Nancy Pelosi is in Chinatown saying that you shouldn't listen to the president. Don't get involved in his xenophobia, though she didn't use exactly that word. But come on down to Chinatown. Everything's great.
But Biden called him xenophobic.
And then, what Biden said was, we need real leadership, not xenophobia, in response to closing the thing. He didn't call him specifically xenophobic, so that would be a mixed truth on Snopes, but that was the quote. We need real leadership. Real leadership,
Weird.
not xenophobia.
So when you've made that your message from the beginning, and you flip-flopped your position 7,000 times.
Coronavirus wasn't deadly. You don't need to close the thing. Now, we can use this. Trump botched it catastrophically.
Yeah.
Catastrophically. He didn't do anything. He did nothing.
Yeah.
And 200,000 people have died. We haven't forgotten.
Well, the other thing, too, is the people that have pushed that corona's deadly are the same people that are going to salons without masks on. These are the same people that are going to the gym after they just close it down.
These are the reporters taking off their masks
2 seconds after
the cameras go off, or they think the cameras go off.
I mean,
it's Joe Biden. They have footage of Joe Biden. He thinks the cameras are off at one of his town halls or whatever, and he immediately walks right up to somebody else. That's not social distancing.
Nope. Because here's the thing, we said it before in the show, like, politics don't lie with their actions, okay? They lie with their mouth all the time. Nobody believes this is really deadly because the math and science tell us that the coronavirus is not deadly. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm sorry. I can't stop. I love Ricky and Trailer Park Boys. Appreciate it. But that's the reality of the situation. You can't tell me that, you know what I mean? Yeah, 240 million. Yeah, worldwide, it's supposed to be 240 million worldwide. Everybody was going to die. But what's funny is in all these other countries that don't have elections, no one talks about Rona anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody talks about it. At all. Nobody wants to talk about Sweden, who did nothing. And literally had the same amount of deaths that we did. You know, per capita. That's what's amazing, is nobody wants to talk about that. Because
all the shutdowns, didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything.
Except destroy...
Hurt the economy.
The economy.
Jobs.
And destroy people's livelihoods.
An increased suicide rate with people under 30.
Depression.
Yeah, no big deal.
But
that was worth it. To save us from the thing that 99.9% of us will survive.
They needed a bunch of jobless people who could go out and burn cities down, so...
It's true, because Soros will pay that bill. Now, here's the beautiful thing.
How dare you!
God! Where did she come from?
I just don't know.
Where did she come from, man? But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that you can't get that to stick. You know what you can get to stick really quickly? You can't refute the economy before it. You can't refute the fact the economy's coming back. You can't refute the fact that Trump actually did something. Now, I disagree with what he did with Rona. I don't think we should have given this any play whatsoever, and it would have literally disappeared like H1N1 did.
I'm okay with the travel ban.
But even, I can see
out
that.
Of China.
I see that out of the source.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But especially that early when we didn't know. But now, frankly, and this was the first time that we've ever had something that we were this concerned about. I think in the future, I this may sound extreme, but I'm of the mind that there is no reason to shut down ever.
Sure.
There might be reason for you as an individual to say, I'm not leaving my house. And that's your choice.
It's your choice, but you can't impose that on everybody else.
No, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And the flip side is this, and to Nigman's point here, Nigman brings up a good question here. It's like, hey, listen, I don't want to get my mom sick. I take care of her. She's an 80, but, I couldn't live with myself with the guilt. Here's the reality of the situation, and I hate to break it to you. That idea gives you a lot of power that you don't have. Let me repeat that really slowly. We really think that we have a lot more power over nature than we really do. It's the same thing when these people really push the whole, climate change thing. Not that we're climate deniers, but the reality of the situation is this. The climate changes all the time. I think it's massively arrogant to think that human beings actually have a modicum of power over that whatsoever. I believe that we can build dams, move water, and so on and so forth, but you can't change the weather unless, Soros is funding that too, which, it is what it is. But same thing with disease. Even if you lived in a sterile bubble, how do you prevent someone from dying?
Well, we don't have the power to keep somebody from dying.
And
you
let's get
can't
real.
possibly know if you get...
Can't do it.
If you get the virus.
Can't do it. You don't know.
And none of the safeguards that they've set in place do anything.
Do anything at all.
The masks, we mentioned last week, they're telling people in California that the masks don't protect you from smoke inhalation. And they don't. Smoke particles are much larger,
Than the Rona.
orders of magnitude larger than the coronavirus. So the masks don't prevent anything.
No.
On top of that, when you breathe out a mask, it's all that air is blowing out the
yeah.
sides.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not stopping anything.
Sure, I mean, there's a difference if you took your mom and dangled her off a cliff.
For sure.
Okay? If you took your mom and pushed her out of an airplane or drowned her in the water, there's a completely different world than airborne disease. You don't have control of that at all. At all. You don't have control of that. You are not in control of that. You have a meat pump in the middle of your chest right now that is pumping.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a single bit of control over that. But you can exercise and eat perfectly and blah, 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 blah. Here's the reality of the situation. The trainer on The Biggest Loser, the guy, the gay guy that was the trainer on The Biggest Loser, one of the healthiest people on the planet, gets a heart attack at 37. Eats perfectly, all the time. Gets a heart attack.
Why? Could have had a congenital heart defect that
Could
he
be.
didn't know. And how could you? We
could you
don't know everything.
We don't.
Now that isn't to say that it's also foolish to not take to take precautions.
Sure.
You know, it's reasonable.
Wait, you don't douse yourself in bacon grease and go swim in the waters in Orlando with alligators? You don't do that?
No, I don't do that.
Oh,
No.
that's weird.
It's not foolishness to take precautions and to care for your mom as well as you can. But if something were to happen, God forbid, how is that your fault?
It's a great question. I don't know how you pin that on somebody. I mean, you can pin it on yourself, but is God pinning that on you? I mean, let's get real. Can you prove that you killed your mom in a court of law? Just like any of the businesses that are freaked out right now, that are rattled. How do you prove in a court of law that your business killed someone? Especially when the deaths of this are 2.6 comorbidities. There's a million other factors that literally kill you. We were just reading an article in the news in the New York Times today, and the headline is, "College football's worst nightmare." Worst nightmare. A death due to coronavirus. Now, if you read that headline, you're like, oh, shoot, what team? What football player? What's going on? Start reading the article. You find out that the kid plays at the D2 level. Spoiler alert. Go ahead and Google this. How many D2 programs are playing football right now? I'll give you a hint. It's the amount of wars that Donald Trump has started in his presidency.
Carry the 1 divided by pi.
0.
Oh, I was there. I was so close.
Headline: College football's worst nightmare death. D2 isn't playing football at all. Canceled the whole season. The kid got it on campus. He wasn't around the football team.
And what did he actually die of?
Blood clot. He died from a blood clot, and I'm not laughing at his death.
No.
Okay? It's sad. I hate the idea, especially of a big boy dying. I'm a big boy, okay? I'm probably going to get a blood clot from my torn hamstring that I'm sitting on right
Don't say
now.
that.
Yeah, it's all right. I know where I'm going, man.
I know, but
My wife's going to get loaded. I got a good life
I
insurance
can't do this
policy,
show
man.
by myself.
Yeah, you can.
No,
You can bring the noise.
you're the noise.
All you've got to do is just do a line of cocaine, shoot up a bunch of roids, and drink a couple booze before you get on the show, and you will kill this thing,
Yeah,
bro.
but then the hashtag is gone, and it's just...
No, it's two kings. I just am there in spirit.
There'll always be a picture of you.
No, I just imagine myself with, the Lord of the Rings, like the kings with the
you
sword.
can just remote in.
Anyways, anywho, but the kid died of a blood clot.
That doesn't seem to be very Corolla related.
It's not Corolla related. He died with Corolla, probably had it.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? He died, man. It is what it is. Chris Farley's death comes to mind. Right? But all I'm trying to say is this, like, let's think about this. Even in the headlines, they're still trying to push this idea that Corona is killing everybody. It's not. Now, even if the article matched up with reality, which it doesn't, by the way, because He is a college football player, but guess what? He wasn't even playing college football. Because D2 was canceled for the season. And he didn't even die of Rona. He died of a freaking blood clot. So even if all those things were true, that's one football athlete out of the entire gambit of football athletes. There's 130 some odd teams. Most of them are playing now, which is strange. Right? The Big Ten canceled because Rona. And then magically, Joe Biden said, oh, Donald Trump's keeping Big Ten football from you. And guess what Donald Trump does? Which they won't give him credit for, but he did it. Gets on phone with the Big Ten commissioner, and guess what? Ohio State's back.
What?
Strange. See the Biden campaign. Oh, shoot, gotta pull that one back. Oh, crap. Battleground states. Crap, he gave
Well,
him
we
back
didn't
to
make
football.
a commercial of that one.
Glad we didn't do that one. All but the MAC. Everyone in D1 is playing except for the MAC. How ridiculous is this? My alma mater, the Akron Zips, will not get to play football this year because of freaking coronavirus. And the fact they don't make any money and nobody watches their program. But that's, again, neither here nor there, okay? We call them fodder, okay? They're like the sub-boss. You get to massacre before you get to play the real people, okay? Now, go Zips. Love my Zips, okay? Now, with that being said, football's back. It's weird. Even if you counted all the players that are playing, there are thousands upon thousands of players playing. One death in 1,000 is absolutely terrifying and sad. But guess what? How many people have died on roller coasters? Just look that up sometime. How many people have died in a roller coaster accident? Think about how many people get on those roller coasters every single day. Do they stop roller coasters? How many people have died from shark bites in the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
We live in Florida. Do people go to the beach here?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah.
And we have the shark.
For some reason, I don't understand it. But
It's crazy. Have people died jumping out of planes?
yeah, definitely.
People still jump out of planes. You know what?
Hundreds die every day jumping out of planes in Warzone.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's actually a video game, so.
Sorry. I don't play Warzone. I gotta start doing it though. I keep hearing it's good.
Well, we should both download it,
Yeah, man.
and then we can do duos and get totally creamed because I suck.
You can do it. But think about all the other things. People die. 100 Americans die every single day from car accidents. Every day, 100 Americans die in car accidents. Do we stop cars?
That's the big one.
Gavin Newsom is about to. He put an executive order that all gas-powered cars in California are supposed to be banned by 2035. Did you see that?
This guy.
Tyranny!
This guy is
Tyranny!
ridiculous.
Could Notre Dame win a Super Bowl? National championship, yes. And they're actually in the ACC this year for 1 year. We're going to go in, we're going to pillage, we're going to take the ACC title, then go back and be independent, and it's going to be fun. The U looked good the other day, by the way. Did you see them?
I saw the highlights that you sent me the other day.
57-yard field goal.
Nice.
The boy's a rock star.
That's
The
awesome.
boy could kick from the freaking moon and still make it.
That's cool.
It's insane. They look good, though.
Yeah, it's great, man. I hope so. The quarterback looks like he's got the stuff.
He's a stud. He was a stud at Houston, so he should be good now, too. Sorry, sports! Brenton Thurkus. But guess what? It's back. Because people didn't cower to the Corona Bros. They didn't cower in the face of fear, because that's not what we do. We don't stop swimming in the ocean because of sharks. We don't stop swimming in pools because people drowned. You just get smart about it. I have little girls. I've taught all my little girls to swim. My girls know how to swim from age 2 on. You know why? Because I understand that there's a genuine threat that if you don't teach your kids to swim and you put them in pools, bad things can happen, right? So teach your kids how to freaking swim, right? Or if you don't, put floaties on their stupid arms, right?
Yes.
Put floaties. Be smart about it. But we don't just drain all the pools in America.
Why do you think Batman had shark repellent? Okay?
Robin, hand me the shark repellent.
So bad. So bad.
No, it's so good.
So bad it's good.
Oh, no, it's good. COD. Dude, I'm just figuring out Fortnite. I'm an old fart, so I'm just trying to figure out how to win Fortnite. I've gotten second place like 4 times, and it's pissing me off. I'm going to get one. I'm going to win one of these. But now, that being said, we don't just stop living life because of the coronavirus.
No.
We don't do that.
They tried to make us. And we allowed it to happen. for a little while, and then we were like, nah, I'm done with this.
I don't wear my mask anywhere anymore, and it's beautiful.
I don't either.
Actually, never really wore
I think
it in
we
the first
have. I think we have big man privilege there.
That's true. That's true.
You know,
I had only really 2 people try me.
6'9",
Yeah.
bald guy with the long beard.
I had the lady from Spectrum try me a couple weeks ago, and I just went to the other Spectrum store and they took care of me, no problem whatsoever. And I had
was it just like a straight? Oh, you need your mask, and you just turn around and walk.
No. I said no. This is what I did. They're like, oh, you need a mask. I'm like, oh, here you go. Do you feel safe now? And I literally did that. Do you feel safe now? And she's like, oh my god, oh my god. And I'm like, all right, I need a box. And I kept going. And the funny thing is, there was like 3 other people in there that were not wearing their masks, but because I was in there, the big brown guy. No, I'm just kidding. It's all about racism. No, I'm just kidding. But I just went to the other Spectrum store and they took care of me, and then I dropped Spectrum because Spectrum sucks. Sorry, Spectrum. You just suck. Gotta go with the AT&T. But it's good in some places. It just sucks where I was. Sucks where I was.
Yeah, well,
but AT&T.
the days we're dropping frames here,
hey, listen,
it's pretty frustrating.
AT&T let me walk in with no mask, bro. So it is what it is. But what I'm trying to say is this: long story short, can't live in fear. You can't do that.
No.
You can't live that life, and we're never going to live that life. That's why Plausible Foolishness does what we do. That's why we are at the forefront of calling this bullcrap. Go back and look at our episodes from February, January, and March. Oh, we roasted this thing, and shocker, we were right again. Go through the plethora of stuff we were talking about. We were right again. And imagine a day in the near future. I want you to imagine this day. You ready for it? Mm-hmm. Close your eyes, audience. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine the morning of November 4th. Magically, racism will disappear. Well, it'll be relegated back to college campuses. Magically, people will start burning their masks like the feminists burned their bras in the 70s, okay? Because at the end of the day, what are we doing now? At the end of the day, it is what it is. We're going to stop trying to make people feel like they're killing grandma because they're doing the normal things that we have done for 1,000 years. Period. There's going to be a point where, guess what? The new normal is not going to be the New World Order normal. We're not doing that bullcrap. There was already an uprising happening. If you need any further proof of it, move down to the state of Florida. Do not bring your crappy democratic politics here, but walk around Florida. The moment the beaches opened up again, everyone was back to the beach. The moment the gyms opened up, we were all back to the gyms and nobody was wearing masks. I think there's like one person in my gym that still wears a mask, but he's a douche. No offense. He's a douche already anyways. Nobody talks to him anyways. God bless him. We hope he comes to know Jesus, okay? Now, with that being said, go to the restaurants in Florida. There's still people that do the customary and magically I'm safe. I sat down.
I love the meme.
Oh, yeah.
Where
yes.
The virus is up here.
Yes.
As soon as you sit down, you're under the virus, so it can't get you.
Corona is up here. So that's why they make you wear the mask, and then you sit down, and then,
get you.
Corona can't get you, okay? I went to, Kobe the other day, and literally didn't wear my mask. They didn't give me crap. And I walked around with my little girls, and we didn't wear masks. It is what it is. Very soon I'm going to be going back to movie theaters because I want to see The Tenet, and No Time to Die is coming out very soon with James Bond. I want to see that badly.
I want to see Tenet.
Tenet looks good, bro.
Tenet looks really good. We're dropping the girls off at Granny and Pawpaw's this weekend, and we got a gift card for movie tickets.
Shut the front door. Are you doing that?
We were going to see Tenet.
Don't spoil it for me because I do want to see it. People are trying to spoil the show on YouTube. It's annoying. Like, I don't want to see the ending.
Yeah.
I want the Nolan ending to be whatever, okay?
Yep.
But guess what? This new normal that the media is pushing really hard because they really want the new normal. They really badly want the new normal. It's not going to happen. And guess what? We will be saved from Rona and Black Lives Matter for 4 years until, guess what? Election season comes back. And they'll be back. But hopefully we're smarter this time and realize that it is what it is. Infidel, I heard Infidel looks good too.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Jim Caviezel's a great actor.
Dude, he got after it on Fox the other day. He got intense. I was like, Jim Caviezel?
Oh yeah.
He's calling out church leaders. He's like, yo, stop being soft.
He doesn't play, man. He's sold out.
Listen, you know the new normal's not going to happen when you got John MacArthur saying piss off California. When John MacArthur's against you,
Yeah.
you got no chance of the new normal.
Did you see what the most recent? They told him they decided he can't. His church can't open, and he's like, "All right, well, the Apostle Paul didn't go into cities and ask how the hotels were. He went to see how the prisons were because he knew that's where he was going to be staying, and so I can do the same thing that Paul did."
Attaboy. And he's doing that, yet Andy Stanley's literally blaspheming, saying that the Bible doesn't tell us to meet. Did you hear about that? Last week, Andy Stanley was, nowhere in the Bible does it say not to meet. That is heresy, because it says it all the time in the Bible.
But it says, "Don't forgo the fellowship of."
Hebrews 10! Like, don't forsake the meet. Like, don't stop meeting. Andy Stanley, you clown. Please, God, tell me that you guys are not listening to this idiot. Okay? But anyways, long story short, if you got John MacArthur, who is the most square human being on the planet, defying California law, new normal's not happening. And when you got California falling apart at the seams, did you see the YouTube video I sent you about California falling apart?
That guy is awesome.
Hilarious. So funny.
What's his? It's a.
I know him as the
Awaken with JP.
Yeah, Awaken with JP.
The name of
He's funny.
The channel. Yeah,
he's funny. But yeah, I mean, long story short is California is about to overthrow the Democratic Party. And watch this: the moment that happens, and I'm right, and California goes red, just for one election, because it's going to go right back to blue. You guys are Satanist, freaking Lucifer worshipping, child molesting pedophiles. You will go back to what you like to do. Okay, we know this.
What's interesting,
and I say that with people that I love from California. I love you, but it's a reality. Sorry.
All right.
Plausible.
Yeah.
Foolishness.
You can make your.
I'm the foolish.
You can send your lawsuits directly to the strong one.
That's libel. I listen. I didn't say all. I said most.
Sure. Yes. What's interesting about California is that the big cities are the ones that are crazy, but everywhere else it's
normal.
Very normal. Very red. One might even say.
San Diego's a little.
It's
red.
kind of why there was a concerted effort, and it may still be a concerted effort. Probably is an even more concerted effort to split
The
California up into, liberal and and conservative sections.
They basically want to do Southern California, the Bay, and then everybody else. Mm-hmm. Which I think they would call it the state of Jefferson or something like that, like whatever. Which would make sense because you've got like Fresno, you've got a lot of big cities that would want to be a part of that. Fresno's not a big lefty, city. Most of the lefty stuff is from San Francisco and LA. Mm-hmm. San Diego's not really that lefty.
Bay Area.
Take me to the Bay. But yeah, the new normals are going to happen, and guess what? November 4th is going to happen soon, kids. And guess what? They're going to try to. The last thing they're going to take away from us is trick or treating, which is bullcrap, which I'm pissed off about. But after that, you're going to have Thanksgiving. You're going to be able to travel. You're going to be able to see what's going on. Shoot, my mom, who is terrified of the coronavirus, is coming down in a couple weeks. I mean, so it is what it is. If you got people that are super lefties, like I love my mom, but she believes everything that's on the TV, right? If she's coming down, you've lost the narrative.
Yeah.
You've lost your power. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
What's interesting to me is, what I would say, and in reminder, is that when we win on November 4th, that isn't the signal to go back to sleep.
Well, I don't think you can anymore. Everything's politicized. We're more energized by politics now than we are even sports or entertainment. The Emmys had like another 37% drop in attendance. Mm-hmm. Shocker. That's so weird. Nobody cares about the Emmys. NBA.
Jimmy Kimmel did worse than when they had no host.
Great job. Good effort.
Yeah. Did you see the clip with him and Anthony Anderson?
Black Lives Matter. Well, my favorite was the Daily Wire. Every time that Jimmy Kimmel would be like, Black Lives Matter, then they would show him in blackface. Black Lives Matter. They showed the blackface. It was so good. But yeah, that was funny. I'll give you that, Ben Shapiro. I'll give you that. That was pretty funny. But anyways, hey, it's been a good show, man.
I agree.
Dude, I gotta get up
Always.
and get blood work done. You know what I mean? So that I don't die quickly. You know what I mean? So I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta take care of myself. You know what I mean? Before I get a blood clot from this hamstring. You know what I mean? So, but if you want to keep me alive, make sure that you subscribe.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not dying. It's all good. I'm just a softie and my hamstring sucks. But guys, thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for pushing us every single day to get better at this show. And ultimately, we've had a lot of great shows recently. I love everybody's listening on our podcast forums. So Spotify, guys, I hear a lot of you guys text me after the show. I love that. Thank you so much. Give us some feedback because that helps us grow the program and do what we want to do because we want to blow this thing up. We want to live beyond November 4th.
Grow this thing up, man.
Grow it up.
I got people already in line that I want to hire.
I'm down.
You know, we just need to get there, and that means we need to share.
Hey,
sharing it is the biggest thing.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
And I didn't cuss one time on this episode today. I just said, you know, what is it? You can't make a hoe into a housewife. That was my only mess up today. But long story short, did I say it again? I'm so sorry. But make sure you guys share us everywhere. We're kid friendly. You can listen to us in the car. We get after it a little bit, but check out Plausible Foolishness at twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Parler, Twitter. Where else are we? TikTok. We're all over. We're expanding faster than the universe, and we appreciate you guys for hanging in there every single week. Thank you so much for the loyal fans. Thank you so much for everybody that is following and subscribing, and continue blessing this show as much as we bless you. It's like a circle of blessing. We're just blessing you. You're blessing us, and we're blowing this blessing thing up, and it's awesome, man. So God bless you guys. We love you guys, and see you next week. Right?
I want to leave you with a little bit of liberal logic.
Give it to me.
Oh, wrong one. There we go. Scientific truth is socially constructed, which means we need to care about how the scientific community is socially organized. We should pay attention to decision points and not just gloss over them by claiming they're completely objective. That's the kind of science I want. What about you?
Liberal logic!
Peace.
See ya. Oh, Billy. Thanks for hanging in there, TikTok.